Yo! What's up, people? We back. Man, I swear, y'all. If y'all knew what I go through on a daily basis, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This goddamn YouTube need to take off. We putting in a lot of work, man. A lot of work, y'all. Ain't nothing like putting in a lot of work and not getting acknowledgement for it. Like, yo, that is crazy, man. Ah, goodness. But yo, what it is. Be back, hold up. Put my phone on charge. Charlene. Hold up. Yo, we talking Donald Trump tonight, man. Donald Trump just did a speech to Congress. So I got a lot went on. I mean, some things that we need to know, you know. Some things we probably agree with, some things we probably ain't gonna agree with. Yeah, I heard. I mean, I seen she went off on Asian doll. But yeah, though, y'all, we gotta go political tonight. Going political tonight. What's up, Reza? You know, it's a good thing we got these platforms, because if we don't do this, we might miss the information. And you know, these things that be going on affect our lives, man. Whether people agree or disagree. Yeah, whether people agree or disagree or not, it still affects us. So we gotta at least have the information. Yeah, but Alvin, I seen Kayla B. What's up, Hart? I seen Kayla B and Asian dog going at it. I don't think Asian dog want no smoke with Kayla B. Kayla B really on that. You know what I mean? Like, shorty on that for real. Like, she don't be doing a whole lot of playing. I think Asian dog just be talking. But one day gonna go live today, y'all, because I'm really tired as hell, man. Like I said, if y'all knew how my days be, like shit non-stop, all day from the time I get up at 5 in the morning to the time I go to sleep at 2 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, this shit crazy. And this shit still don't be adding up right. Like, that be the craziest thing about it. Get all this motherfucking moving around and shit. But yeah, we got Donald Trump, man. We got see what the fuck going on with the president, man. I seen he said something about the death penalty for people that kill officers. Like, Trump be out of control with that shit. Trump, I'm gonna tell you what Trump is. Trump is the typical white American, suburban white American. I'm not gonna say typical. He's a suburban white American that put faith and trust in the police. Like, he don't believe police do no wrong. And that's what I be saying when it come down to that. I don't think nobody ever talked to him. Like, really talked to him. And that'd be our fault, yo. Like, when we don't have these conversations. Fuck him saying it. You know what I mean? Motherfucker need to really sit him down. Like, yo, look, bro, like, yo, I get you. You know what I mean? I get the love for the police. Yo, but you gotta understand, yo, every police force ain't like the police force you used to. Like, there's some brutal police forces out this bitch, man. They treat everybody like criminals. You talking about getting the death penalty? I think a lot of that shit come from being misinformed. Clemson, what it is? What it do? I think a lot of that stuff for the kind of, I mean, of course, you know, he gonna have his love for the police because, you know, that's that patriotism shit. But when it come down to how one-sided he see things, I just don't think he ever heard the other side. And I ain't talking about no like march or protest. I'm talking about sitting down, having a conversation like, yo, look, yo, this is what's really going on, yo. Like, it ain't what you think. You know what I mean? But I could be wrong. That's just what I think. But I think when it comes to black people, yo, we don't want to sit down and talk to them. I seen J.D. Vance say something about, not J.D. Vance. I wanted to talk about that too, yo, but I already told y'all my take on George Floyd. The dude, the one dude, I forgot his name. We're gonna check it out. He talking about Derek Chavez need to be pardoned. And people is in outrage. But I told y'all how I look at that George Floyd situation. Like, I think that George Floyd situation was a play. And I ain't saying a play where it's though like it didn't happen. It did happen. But I just think it was a play. Just based off of everything that went on around it. Like, yo, we ain't never seen nothing like that before. Like, I never seen so many companies and so many people get behind the death of a black man. Like, it wasn't organic. It was manufactured. It looked manufactured to me. I never seen so many people, so many companies, so many celebrities look out for a person's child that was killed by the police. I never seen it. None of it made sense. And then it was just like the perfect timing. Right during the sit down. But everywhere, well, you got in certain cities, they out there protesting. They was allowed to take over the police department. Like none of that shit was organic, y'all. None of it was organic. And I think all of it was connected. So I don't even really give a fuck about that shit for real. You know? Like, if he pardoned y'all, I wouldn't give a fuck. Because I don't think that shit was done for us anyway. That shit wasn't done for the betterment of black people. That Black Lives Matter shit, all that shit was a scam. All of it was a scam. You don't hear Black Lives Matter speak on nothing else. I don't trust nobody that got behind that movement. That's why I don't fuck with Steven Jackson. A lot of people think he real. I think he's a fucking plant. Anybody that connected themselves to that Black Lives Matter movement or got popular through the Black Lives Matter movement, man, you can't trust them people, man. You can't trust them people. Them people ain't right. My son, all them motherfuckers. I used to like my son until he connected himself to that Black Lives Matter movement. That movement wasn't right, y'all. I told y'all what I think they did. I think they used black pain to push gay rights. That's what Black Lives Matter did, man. All you gotta do is look at the history. Black Lives Matter started 2012. Since 2012, that's when they started DEI. In 2012, a lot of laws got pushed in a certain demographic favor. From 2012 on to just recently when Trump got reelected. I think that was all Black Lives Matter doing. I think Black Lives Matter got hijacked. Or if it didn't get hijacked, it was always the LGBTQ movement. And I told y'all what made me start looking at this was I looked at one of them rallies. I'm like, yo, that don't look like us, man. And then I seen videos when they tried to go to Philly and the neighborhood kicked them out. Y'all remember that video when Black Lives Matter went to Philly and the neighborhood kicked them out? Like, man, y'all can't do that shit here. I'm like, oh shit, like, hold up, y'all. This ain't the people. This ain't the community. Who the fuck are these people? These not people from all these cities getting together and nah, hell no. This some old other shit. Then they was riding in Minnesota. Minnesota got a very small black population. It was Minnesota and there was another city that got another small black population. I'm thinking like, damn, if they're gonna ride anywhere, you would think it'd be Detroit, Alabama, Baltimore. You understand? So it just made me question the whole thing. The whole thing, George Floyd included. I used to think Chavez wasn't even locked up. For real, I still kind of think that. Who seen him in the feds? A lot of niggas that came home from the feds. Anybody seen Chavez? Or he on like a PC or something? So these answers that we can get, a lot of people that went to the feds. In the last, how many years was that? 5 years? How many years that was George Floyd? 10 years? 7 years? Who seen y'all? I know we seen him go to court, but who actually seen him in the feds? Who was his bunk buddy? Yo, you gotta realize, y'all, you gotta believe some of what you see and none of what you hear. These people good at fooling me. Think you watching something the whole time, you ain't watching. What you watching ain't even what you think it is. It's some more other shit. I just think George Floyd was some more other shit. So I don't give a fuck if they would. I don't give a fuck if they pardon yo or let him out. That shit don't make me no difference. Cause I don't think, like I said, I don't think that shit was done for us anyway. I don't. Then you factor in a guy big as him, he ain't even put up no fight. Like I just always questioned it. Like how he ain't put up no fight? You ready to take your last breath and you don't fight? The fuck? I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Eric Garner fought to the end. George Floyd, they fight. Then, like I said, afterwards, the way that they took care of his family was strange. They gave his daughter stock in Sony or something, a free ride to college. I'm like, nah, why they choose you out of all people? All these guys that got kids all these people that have been murdered by police that got children. Why they ain't never look out for none of their kids like that? Why are so many celebrities getting behind this family or this movement and uplifting this child? Never made sense to me. Still don't. So when things start not making sense, I just back away from it. I don't trust it. Something ain't right. We done seen too many people die by the hands of law enforcement, y'all. And none of them reached the capacity of George Floyd. Why? At one point, they was talking about putting a monument up for y'all. A fucking monument? He might got a monument. Like, damn. They making yo the face of police brutality. But I'm gonna show y'all what you said. I forgot the dude's name. Salisbury. But yeah though, y'all. Ain't nobody else question that shit? I question everything, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I hardly take anything just for face value. I recommend people question everything, especially in the time we live in now, with everybody lying and running plays and shit. Yeah, you better question all that shit, man. None of that shit right. I'm trying to tell you. All right, but let's check out this Donald Trump interview. I was talking about George Floyd. People was in outrage because the Wisconsin guy was talking about George Floyd need to be pardoned. And I told people, like, man, George Floyd was a play. She wasn't organic. She was a fucking play, man. Allegedly. Y'all know I wouldn't even just say nothing like that if I ain't believe it. For the people that follow me, y'all know I don't just say anything. If I say it, I believe that shit. And I don't even believe in oh yeah. You right though, James. You right. You right. You right. You right. You right. See y'all, see the thing is, y'all, I remember, right? I was on the internet when they started censoring everybody and shit like that. So I got a different perspective on a lot of these situations than people because I remember what they was doing to people. They was silencing motherfuckers. Like if you say anything outside of what they want you to say, man, they made it hard for you, man. And it's like, why? Why the fuck y'all making it so hard for people? That's why I be saying a lot of these people online right now, you don't know who they are for real. They portraying themselves like they from the streets and man, you don't know who they work for, who sent them. You don't know none of that shit. No, I'm just got this large following in a little bit of time. That shit ain't right, man. Nah, I don't think the tank fight was a play. I don't think Tank would have participated in no play. I think Tank just wasn't focused. And yeah, Tank just wasn't focused and he let whatever he had going on get the best of him. That's what I think happened with Tank. That's what I'm bro. I mean from the information I gathered, Tank wasn't focused. Tank ain't even want to fight. He should have canceled it. Like I said 3 months ago. Y'all gotta remember I did a video 3 months ago saying Tank need to cancel the fight. Or he gonna lose. Now, I thought he got focused. So I fell back from that stance because I thought he got focused. But he wasn't focused. You can tell he wasn't focused. He ain't trained. Y'all see. Wait till he fight again. Watch the difference in it. Trump, I don't got no problem with Trump. I think people need to hold their judgment. I think people need to reserve their judgment and wait to see what happens. No, it's a little different. It ain't just faith. You know, some shit. I told you some shit happened, and Tank ain't like how it played out, and I don't think he like how other people around him let it play out. So he just stuck between. You know, he don't know which way to go. I think. Questioning his circle. He questioning his career. Questioning a lot. Hold up, y'all. They ready to make me sign in. But I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Are we back? I think I voted for Trump. One of them. Why they keep doing that? One of them elections, the last election, when they ran that play. Yeah, I told y'all that all of that shit was a play to steal the. You know what I mean? It was a play for the election. All of it. The sit down. The George Floyd. The other shit they had going on. Yeah, that shit was all a play. My thing is, why did they like?
So with it.
Why was that election so important to steal? Then they prosecuted the man for calling it out. I mean, they prosecuted the man for calling this shit out. It was crazy. But yeah. So a lot happened at this hearing, y'all. The Democratic guy, Al Green, he got kicked out. They kicked Joe out. Like it should be interesting. But let me show y'all about the George Floyd thing that everybody have an issue with. I think Ben Shapiro is his name. That's his name, Ben Shapiro. Ain't that Ben Shapiro right there? Yes, him.
However, there is one person that President Trump should pardon from federal charges forthwith.
And Nico, shut up.
Controversial, but I think that it's absolutely necessary. That person is Derek Chauvin. President Trump should, in fact, pardon Derek Chauvin. He should. He should pardon him his federal charges. If we are talking about reversing the evils of the last several years in American life, obviously COVID and its handling was a massive evil. Destroyed the economy, set us on a path to fiscal insanity, destroyed children, led to massive health-related cover-ups, just horrifying all the way around. And President Trump has taken on a lot of those things. But when it came to BLM, the inciting event for the BLM riots that caused $2 billion in property damage in the United States and set America's race relations on their worst footing in my lifetime, was in fact the railroading of Derek Chauvin in the death of George Floyd. The evidence demonstrates that Derek Chauvin did not, in fact, commit murder of George Floyd.
Now look, I ain't going into all of that. Like, I mean, he definitely got murdered. I just think it was, you know, it was, you know. Now he ready to go into he didn't die from being. I mean, I don't believe none of that shit.
Was high on fentanyl. He had a significant pre-existing heart condition. George Floyd was saying he could not breathe before he was even out of the car. He was in the car saying he could not breathe. Derek Chauvin,
why would he say that?
Large segments of even the tape that was shown had his knee on George Floyd's shoulder or back, not on his neck. The autopsy of George Floyd showed that he had no damage to his trachea, that probably George Floyd died of excited delirium. There were no accusations, even at trial, that Derek Chauvin had committed a hate crime against George Floyd or that he targeted George Floyd because of his race. Nonetheless, on the basis of extraordinarily scanty evidence, and despite the fact that there was massive pressure on the jury, that the mayor of Minneapolis paid a settlement to the George Floyd family immediately, that the president of the United States suggested that Derek Chauvin was guilty right off the bat, that the jurors were being openly threatened and admitted as much. Despite all of that, Derek Chauvin was convicted on federal charges and pled guilty to federal charges. Derek Chauvin should, in fact, be pardoned on that. We'll be covering that a lot more in coming weeks because I think it is worthwhile to remember that there is a man.
You think it was a play too?
In prison because
I definitely think it was a play, man. Look, let me show y'all. Let me real quick. Hold on. I can't even pull it up no more. Listen to this. Come on, y'all. When have we ever seen something like this? Barbara Streisand gives George Floyd's daughter Disney shares. Disney shares? Like yo, come on now. What is this? What is this, man? Whatever child of a person killed by police, celebrity gave them shares in the stock. It didn't make sense, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Hell yeah. Probably gave her millions in it. Trying to tell you, it didn't make sense. Like, why are you doing this for this? You know what I mean? They set up for life. It was almost like, look, you know, we got you. Or we got her. But yeah, you gotta, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But we're gonna make sure she good forever. Like his daughter is good forever. And if he was alive, I don't think she would be good forever, man. We talking about a man. Look, Kanye West, $2 million college fund. GoFundMe for $2 million. Then everything, right? We already know what that is. And then everything that the sports leagues did. Like I'm trying to tell y'all, that shit wasn't what people think it was, man. Telling you. Now I wouldn't even say it if I ain't had, you know, one way. It wasn't what people think it was. That's all I'm gonna say. It wasn't that.
Get a final expert review before you
Exactly,
file.
exactly, P&R. Come on, y'all.
TurboTax Live Assistant.
That man ain't put up no fight. Like, yo, naturally your body's gonna fight. You ready to lose consciousness, you gonna fight. I don't give a fuck how high you is. Ain't nobody trying to doubt this bitch. Yo, just laid there. All right, y'all, but we gotta check this out. Let's make sure we're getting all the information that was given. I heard it got tense. Yeah, that's why I don't trust it. Man, look. He was connected to Steven Jackson, Scarface. Like, come on, man. What's the odds of all of this? He just was a nobody. Man, hell no, man. People can believe that shit if they want. Right. People get right. Come on, man. That shit don't be adding up. Now, y'all, like I said, this got real tense, y'all. But I want to get the information.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order.
Okay, to the building.
This gentleman from the chamber.
Right. It is crazy. Westport in the building, straight up. Got the home team, man.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you.
They kicked him out.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it. In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many. And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it.
I don't know about that either, because George Washington's a piece of shit.
Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result,
Ain't even done
illegal
nothing
border
yet,
crossings
Martin.
last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
G-Man.
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier
Yeah, hell yeah.
that
That's
way.
what it is, for real.
In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month. And virtually all of them, including...
if people can't admit that Joe Biden was the worst president in my lifetime, like, I don't know what the fuck 4 years they had. He was the fucking worst. Like, man, people gotta keep it real, man. I don't fuck what party you represent. Joe Biden was the worst ever.
Murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say
he ran our neighborhoods down, man. Put fucking illegals everywhere. Like, I ain't never see Baltimore City look like that, like how I looked last couple years. Like, that shit didn't, man.
I'm happy, or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. This shit ready to be must-see television. I know it is. I'm telling you, this is gonna be must-see television, man. Who say he bringing in must self-acting? I ain't saying that. Okay.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
I think so too, Ken.
Every day my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action.
I think so too, G, man.
Upon taking office, I imposed.
See, I don't have. See, that's my thing, right? Let me say this real quick before we get back to it. Yeah, I don't have a problem with how he talks. No, I would much rather you be real with me than be politically correct. I don't like politically correct. I don't like it at work. I don't like it, yo, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. Straight down the middle. I ain't cutting no corners. I'm keeping it real. And I want that same in return. Don't come to me with no politically. Don't talk to me in your work voice. I don't want work voice because that's fake to me. That's phony to me. Talk to me like you talk outside. That's just me. You know, some people might look at it different. That's just how I operate.
All federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
Yeah, that's how I am, man.
I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization.
Yo, they mad as shit. Yo, like, look, everything that he just mentioned, right? What do they do? What do the World Health Organization really do? Fuck what it says. What does it do? Has it ever came to the aid of anybody over here? The Green New Deal. What do these things do? Like, we paying all this money into these acronyms, but what do they actually do, man? No, it's not even that, bro. I like real, bro. I like real, man. I don't care what it look like.
This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front
we took
of
it
me,
too far back.
and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to... Every day my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
I don't know, yo. We don't know yet. Gotta wait and see. That's what I'm saying, bro. We gotta wait and see, bro. Don't ridicule them.
I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
Oh, God.
We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction.
Did he say he stopped the electric vehicle mandate? Is that what he said?
On all new federal regulations and a freeze on all foreign aid.
I like that. I ain't like the electric car thing.
I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
Kamala. The hell, Tay?
We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly,
Kamala was lying about being black. But that was enough to turn me off from her.
Electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction. To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term. And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before.
I think he was playing when he said that.
We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
Dow Jones definitely took a dip. You ain't lying about that.
And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too well.
Said he ended weaponizing the government. Yo, people can't get behind that. The government was being weaponized. The government being weaponized against Diddy.
Not too good. And I've stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
People don't like that either. People not a fan of free speech. Because I remember censorship. I just was talking about censorship before I came in the house. I remember I was being heavily censored on Facebook. They took my whole page. And then he being weaponized
2 days
too.
ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America. I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. Likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again. Beautiful Alaska. We love Alaska.
Hey, y'all funny as shit. Every time we get talking
We've ended
politics.
the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and
Yeah,
inclusion
funny as
policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be woke
Thanks, Ed.
no longer.
Yeah, if y'all can't support the platform, man, cash that Baltimore swag. My man Edward just posted it, man. Hey, y'all be tripping me out, man. Every time we talk politics, people start getting crazy. But I'm gonna let it rock though.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important. You should be hired based on merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools.
Why politics so divisive, man?
The official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Ted. Hey, yo, now I know people is cool with that. Like, yo, those damn synonyms and what they was calling all the different sexes, yo, that was ridiculous, y'all. I think everybody can admit that was ridiculous. What they call cis women, they start calling women cis women, y'all. Like, what is that? What is a cis woman? I know, I don't have a problem with that.
I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Come on. What people gotta say about that? People was okay with men playing in women's sports. Hey, Tay, you was fine with that? Men playing in women's sports that was disgusting, man. Men using women bathrooms was disgusting, man. Like, I can't believe I swear I'd be surprised anybody supported that. Like, that's something different.
3 years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by
So how to get past?
he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding. And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman.
Damn.
For a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours.
That's
it's
ridiculous,
demeaning
man.
for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not
You
going to
ain't
put
lying,
up
Rick.
with it any longer. What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire
Yeah, 5
world.
hours is insane.
Common sense has become a common theme, and we will.
It should be
never
dominating
go
on
back.
on
Never.
no
Never
scale.
gonna let that happen.
That shouldn't even be a thing though, man. It's not fair, man.
Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare.
Yeah, straight
Their
up, Tom.
policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for
Equal rights
millions
and
and
equal
millions
lefts.
of Americans. It never had anything like it.
Yeah, funny as
We
shit.
suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again. Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control.
He tell you, he talking about eggs.
And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job.
Don't put your why you put your under the microscope like that, Trump? You was dead wrong for that, man. So look, y'all, this the guy. If egg prices don't go down, hold up, it's his fault. Where the fuck is he at? God, I can't get it on him. I can't get it on him. Y'all seen him though. Blame him, y'all, if the eggs don't go down to regular price.
A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now.
God damn. Damn.
And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill. My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA. To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
Sweet the Poodle for the $10 cash app, man. Appreciate it, pimpin'.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who's in the gallery.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't have no problem with it. Like this is a good thing though. It get everybody together, have a conversation. That's why I play these videos, you know, because it's very seldom you can get multiple people from different walks of life in one room and have a conversation. I just be tripping because people all funny as hell, but fuck it.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank
All right,
you very
appreciate
much. We
it.
Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens.
Damn.
$45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion.
That was ridiculous, man. $22 billion for illegal aliens. See, yo, this is why the Democrats lost. Yo, so many people had an issue with that. They're getting money on food stamps. They're getting cash benefits, and we wasn't getting nothing. It was true, man. It was true. The mayor of what's the guy name? The mayor of New York was trying to get people to allow immigrants to live in their house. Like it was out of control, y'all. Like some of the things that was going on, it just had to stop. It had to stop.
Scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of
the New York mayor
migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever.
In the African nation. What I tell y'all about the agenda.
$40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is.
I don't know what that
$8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of.
They want to promote it.
$60 million.
Why are they promoting those letters in a whole nother country? Like, how do you promote that? Like, is that something that deserves to be promoted? Like, I don't understand. I ain't think that was, that's wild to hear. Who knew that?
For indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million.
Why would you? What you think? Why do you think he lied,
for making
Rob?
mice transgender. This is real. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program.
Well, the Democrats is there. Why they not screaming out, "You're lying"? They are there. They listening to this shit. Why they not screaming out, "You're lying"? Stop making shit up. Like, y'all saying they lying, but as Democrats there presently, won't they say something? If it's lies, speak up. Don't sit around and get lied on.
$1 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring.
I think so, huh?
$1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City.
That ain't true.
He's a real estate developer.
That's true.
Well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. You know what we're doing. Should use it ourselves. And
I think this is stolen money,
DEI
man.
Contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid. Nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
Right. And y'all remember a while ago I questioned the net worth for some of these politicians. If y'all was to look at some of these politicians' net worth compared to what their salary is, I'm telling you, you'd be like, yo, where they get this money? How are you getting $150,000 a year and you worth $30 million? Like, somebody explain if you getting all that by investing, you need to be a motherfucking shark or a guru, or we need help. The fuck, lay the plan out. How you mean? We all trying to get some money.
Reduced our debt to fight inflation.
Man, it'd be like 30 million, 20 million.
Money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning.
Been a millionaire before he got in politics.
Accountability Office, a federal government office,
he definitely got confidence.
Annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby. Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229. One person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years, more than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going, and it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
Yo, can we hit the like button? Let's get to 150 likes, y'all. 75 people hit the like button, please.
And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years.
Thank you.
Balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
Straight up, the 1%.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated.
What y'all think about that? What y'all think about the gold card? I think that's a great idea. If they make them promise to come over here and create job opportunities, I think that's a good idea, man. I do.
And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs.
But they got to create
They'll
jobs,
also be
though.
taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country, we will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money.
Y'all funny as shit,
Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected.
Damn.
Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again.
I think we need to go back to work too.
And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately.
It's fucked up though, because some of them really did work. And they made it bad for a lot of them that didn't.
And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
Trapper, what's up, man?
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there, they're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation. I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
They take tax out. They take tax out of Social Security. I ain't know that. I don't think they should ever been doing that.
And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
Oh, come on, Trump. I don't like that. I get it, but I don't like it. America don't make good cars.
And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom.
Yeah, Bugatti
spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world. And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country. In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide
Mr. Ridiculous.
100%.
I think so too. I think so too. Like everybody talking about these tariffs, and I'm gonna go to what the president or whoever he was in Canada said. Yo, but they're gonna abide by the rules. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it might be a trade war for a while, yo, but we're gonna win this trade war. We're gonna win. Yo, sometimes you gotta throw your muscle around, man. Sometimes in business, you know, you gotta flex your muscles. It's business.
Expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history.
Remember, it was a video game. For the people that's old enough, y'all remember the video game on the phone, Trade Wars? People do win trade wars. Y'all remember that game?
We had a great first term. If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to.
I understand it's real life, but the concept of trade wars is real. That's I ain't saying it's a game. I'm saying there are trade wars. That's a known thing, and in trade wars you got to negotiate. In trade wars, you're gonna have to take an L for a minute. Somebody's gonna have to conform. Somebody got to conform eventually.
Against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea.
It's gonna get tough for them.
This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States. It never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day was cost us a lot of money.
Canada not paying their fair share.
But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us,
thank you.
We will tax them.
Broadway back.
Monetary tariffs to keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta break things down to build it back up. That's we fucked up right now over here, man. I don't know how people don't see it. You know, maybe some people is doing, is living in a bubble. But overall, this country's in a bad place. And in order to build anything back up, sometimes you got to start from scratch. Sometimes you got to break everything down to build it back up. And I think that's what Trump is doing. Now, people might not like the way he's going about it, but I think that's the ultimate goal.
Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada.
I know.
But we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed
fentanyl
to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer. Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past
my man Rizzo for the $4 cash app, man.
few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA. Giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people. And they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act and whatever.
My man Hot Mode, man.
Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt.
See my man Hot Mode for making it $5 with Rizzo $4 cash app, man. Straight up.
Any other reason you want to. Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer. Who will now be selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you. Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies, they're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. It's all going to happen. Also impose a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard. Has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff. Jeff. Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs.
Only
They're
one
about
wife, right?
protecting the soul
That's how it's supposed to be.
of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States. Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by two impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John.
The hell is the Take It Down Act?
Thank you, John. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
That's in Mexico. We put tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody. That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies, they are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast. And I want to thank Tom Holman and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Laken's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Anybody familiar with that story?
Last year, I told Lakin's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died
Hey,
in
Jacob,
vain.
how he do that,
That's
Jacob?
why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act. It's called the Lakin-Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful Lakin Hope Riley. Thank you very much. Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you. And our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Hey, y'all is too funny, man.
Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and
I
communities
can't even
throughout the
pay
country.
attention. What's they tripping off here on
Entire
the comments?
towns like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed.
What's up,
Now,
Benji?
just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America. But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungari from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela,
Dang.
released into
That's fucked
America
up.
by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter, and earlier tonight I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on
Yeah,
the
she ain't
edge
bad,
of the
Jude.
Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order? you very much.
You know what they about
All
Nobel
three
Peace Prize.
savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations.
Hey, Charlie, you funny as shit. You might need that shit right now.
They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration.
They probably is like, God damn, we
every
keep
last
standing.
one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy. January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande near an area known
definitely
as
gonna get real expensive. You ain't lying about that.
Doesn't sound too nice to me.
I ain't gonna lie.
Heavily armed.
The tariffs he putting on Mexico gonna devastate the streets. God damn. Better get a job now, because it's gonna be hard to make some money out that motherfucker, boy. I tell you.
Gunmen started shooting at them. Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action,
I ain't even
returning
see
fire
that, Risen.
and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took, and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto.
Ortiz, though.
And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security.
Straight up, James.
The cartels are waging war on America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing. Five nights ago, Mexican authorities, because of our tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever.
Well, I tell you. When I talk about negotiation, what did I tell you about tariffs? Hey, bring them to the table. It brings them to the table, man.
But we need Mexico and Canada
That says bullshit.
to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune,
Big Pharma
both of
definitely
you,
run it.
I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it. And as we reclaim our sovereignty, we must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns. In recent years, our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me. My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bondi.
Yeah.
Good luck. So important. Going to do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash. They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very proud of them. We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice.
We do Skrilla. What's up, Skrilla?
1 year ago this month,
Gotta keep everybody informed, man.
31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan Diller, unbelievably wonderful person and a great officer, was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests.
God
He
dang
was
it.
a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended Officer Diller's service, and when I met his wife and 1-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight.
Cool.
Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you.
Genetic assassin, really did. Who said that, Thaddeus? Where the fuck did you get that from? He said he groomed it. Oh, shit.
Stephanie,
Jack
we're going
Reaper.
to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest, and we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer.
That's a dumbass
and tonight I'm
name.
asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
I don't know about that. I think that gotta be
I'm also
circumstantial.
asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers. so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed.
Yeah, see, I don't know about that.
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel.
Yeah, for real,
he is
Chief.
13 years
I don't like
old,
that.
and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. But in
This is a nice
2018,
headline.
DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer.
He said he
The doctors
113.
gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Oh no, he got issues.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
All right, come on now, Trump. All right, Trump, come on now. How the hell is he gonna be agent? How that's gonna work? Like, come on now, cut the crap, man. Sleep to the kid though, man. Proud of what it is. You know, every time we talk politics, we get numbers. I just try to stay away from it because it's so divisive. He said honorary? Okay, I ain't hear him say honorary. I'm sitting there reading the
DJ's
comments.
doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget. Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy and strong. As an example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism, 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in...
Now, you know, that autism shit was created, man. A lot of people blame that shit for the motherfucking vaccinations. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta be careful with that shit. But everybody support the platform. Hit the like button. If you didn't hit the like button, if you want to support the platform, Cash App, Baltimore Swag, become a member of the channel. Appreciate everybody that tapped in.
36. There's something wrong. 1 in 36. Think of that. So we're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby
Yeah,
and all of the
the
people
food
that are
definitely
working
fucking
with
people
you.
over.
You have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay, Bobby, good luck. It's a very important job. Thank you.
Now, I don't let my kids get them even.
Thank you. My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January, little John and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They,
Yo,
them.
you gotta be careful with them schools, y'all. I told you how them schools tried to do my son. Talking about he had a speech impediment. My son don't need to stutter no more. They was really trying to put him in a slower class. The whole time my son on the honor roll. Like, you gotta be careful with them schools recommend you because they get funding for them certain programs and stuff like that.
Pronoun, actually, all without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What the fuck they didn't? They called his mother with that shit. I put a stop to it.
Thank you. Stories like this are why, shortly after taking office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology. I also signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth.
Yeah, Cindy, they tried to get me. They tried to get him. Not on my
I
watch.
want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie.
Well, that was disgusting work. See what I'm saying? Like, yo, if the Democrats ever want to win again, yo, that shit, the stuff with the kids, the transgenders, the men planning, yo, they got to move away from that. They will never get in office again with those type of ideologies. I promise you.
And our message to every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you. Wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better? Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations. Secretary of Defense, congratulations.
It shouldn't be, Antoine, you would think.
And he's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services. What a difference.
I would too, Reggie.
And you know, it was just a few months ago where the results were exactly the opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't recruit. Now we're having the best results just about that we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see. People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing, and thank you very much. Great job. We're joined tonight by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a 6-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into. But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
What's up, man?
Thank you. Jason, you're going to be on the long gray line, Jason. As Commander-in-Chief, my focus is on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland, all made in the USA. And Ronald Reagan wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it, and the United States should have it too, right, Tim? Right? They should have it too. So I want to thank you, but it's a very, very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding. And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it. Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal.
Dang.
They died of malaria. They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die.
Dang.
The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1, but that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back. And we have Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco. Now, we know who to blame if anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it, he got 100 votes. You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes.
Definitely leg
and I'm
day.
either very, very happy about that, or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you. He's doing a great job.
What up, Cindy?
Great job. And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security, and I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land, and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
Dang.
Tonight, I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
I know they gotta be tired of standing up, man.
And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well.
That like button, y'all.
Whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day. Such incompetence was shown that when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent people. I spoke to many of the parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone.
Yeah, Reza, it is crazy, Reza.
Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords. on that foundation to create a more peaceful and prosperous future for the entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. But a lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense with no security, with no anything. Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes. People are being killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine, by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is.
Dang.
And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent by
Yo, why? Yo, hold up. Why everybody keep calling him? Yo, get it. This is my thing, right? Give him a chance, man. Let's see what happens. Like before we just jump out the window, let's see what happens, man. Give him 2 years. Give me your. Yo, if he do none of these things that he promised, then I'm gonna be on his ass. You ain't gotta worry about that. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I ain't into being lied to, but give him a chance first, man. That's all I be saying.
It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. But that didn't happen. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible.
That's why I watch these things. I like to have this stuff on record so we can go back to it if it don't, if it don't pan out, if he don't stand on what he say. So far, he's been standing on what he say. I mean, we got to give him credit for that.
It's closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
He representing Ukraine. He got on the tie.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
That's Ukraine colors.
It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end the senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home.
And she 95?
After 22 days in
Look
office,
good.
I did just that, and they are here tonight.
Man, she look good for 95. Yeah, that's serious, Blake.
To Mark and his great mom, we
bless him
are
right
delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years.
Had to been.
I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally. That was not pleasant. And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot.
For real, Trap. He ain't lying, man. Don't stand up.
At that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people.
No, he didn't.
My life was saved by a fraction of an inch,
Kale?
but some were not
true,
so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you.
Funny as shit.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his 3 beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that.
Goddamn, hey, come on, Carl. Come on, Carl. Don't take the light back, yo. We've been rocking for too long, man. God damn.
Thank you very much. From the Patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends to the astronauts who touched the moon, Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days
Take a lot of work.
in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we're going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
No, he ain't messing up on those things.
And through it all, we are going to rediscover the unstoppable power of the American spirit. And we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in and for the country our people deserve.
Yeah.
Fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future, because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Hey, man. I think you did an awesome job, man. I did. People be mad. So that's why I don't like talking politics, man, because people get in their feelings, people get emotional. Let's see what he did. At least God give him the opportunity to see what he did. Now, if he lied, we're going to call him out. But I don't think it's fair to just discredit the man and call him a liar and like give him a chance. That's all I be saying, yo. And that's like that with any president. We gave Biden a chance and he fucked us. He fucked us over. Everybody. So Canada, I guess the whoever it is over there in Canada, he spoke out about these tariffs. I think I saved it. The Prime Minister.
At the moment, the U.S. tariffs came into effect in the early hours of this morning, and so did the Canadian response. Canada will be implementing 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. Should these tariffs not cease, we are in active and ongoing discussions with provinces and territories to pursue several non-tariff measures. Measures which will demonstrate that there are no winners in a trade war. Now, just like I did a month ago, I want to speak first directly to the American people.
Damn, that common sense.
We don't want this. We want to work with you.
Yeah, he panicked. They're going to lose this, man.
And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to, at the moment, the U.S. tariffs, we don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you. As of this morning, markets are down, and inflation is set to rise dramatically all across your country. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk, the thousands of workplaces that succeed because of materials from Canada or because of consumers in Canada, or both.
I think so too, April.
To raise costs for American consumers on every... We don't want this for American consumers on everyday essential items like groceries and gas, on major purchases like cars and homes, and everything in between.
See, but that's my thing, right? How long is that going to last? Like, I mean, it's going to get tight. It's going to get rough. Prices going to go up. But how long do y'all think Canada's going to be able to sustain that before they come to the table? That's my thing. I don't think they're going to be able to sustain that long, man. Whatever they going to do to us, it's going to hurt them way more. What we do to them is going to hurt them way more.
They've chosen to harm American national security, impeding access to the abundant critical minerals, energy, building materials, and fertilizers that we have and that the United States needs to grow and prosper. They've chosen to launch a trade war that will, first and foremost, harm American families, for American consumers on everyday essential items.
So we're going April 2nd, but very importantly, tomorrow tariffs 25% on Canada and 25% on Mexico, and that'll start. So they're going to have a tariff. So what they have to do is build their car plants, frankly, and other things in the United States, in which case they have no tariffs. In other words, so we're going April 2nd. But
I want to see what happens. I know things gonna go up, but I think at the end of the day it's gonna work out fine. Hold up, did y'all see this? Look at this guy right here. This is hilarious to me. Did y'all see this?
When I came out here, I told you I was working for you guys. I asked you to turn the cameras off because I'm a confidential informant.
But right now you're not?
Dude, I'm on the clock all day, every day.
No, that's not really how that works.
My life is on the line.
Who's on the line? All you had to do was talk to us. You're the one who came outside.
Y'all don't know what's going on, baby boy. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
I got
once
drug
again-
dealers and everything and drive past it, and I got 5 cars on me. I'm trying to tell you, I work for you guys. That's what I'm trying to tell
Then
you.
this guy would be calling us.
Who? Detective Smith? Detective
Yeah.
Smith?
I ain't got that much time. It's this late. I gotta get ready to go to bed, bro.
I'm going from away from
Well,
the
he's
house.
not really in charge of us.
Man, I know he ain't, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm working with y'all, bro. I'm working with y'all, bro.
All right,
Look,
are you working right this second?
right now. right now.
Hey, yo,
I
yo,
work for you
tripping.
guys for the rest of my life.
Damn, for the rest of his life.
Bro, look,
Listen, I believe you. I believe you.
you're trying to get me killed, and that's why I'm tripping out. Because my life is on the line.
Just relax.
Look,
Just relax, guy.
look.
All right, I know who he is.
Dad,
All
I've
right,
been dead.
I'm telling you right
I'm
now.
telling you right now, I've been
I'm
talking to him
telling you
all right
right
now.
now.
I'm telling you right now, I gotta give him 10 guns on Thursday, man. You
I don't know anything about that.
Look, this, I talk to him all day long.
I can't. I have my glasses.
Y'all see,
When I came out here, I told you I was working for you guys. I asked you to turn the cameras off because I'm a confidential informant.
man, this guy's crazy. He ain't confidential no more. He done took his mask off and everything. That's his confidential days are over. So they got ICE in Baltimore.
Now, man, they got my man. They take my man back to ISIS, man.
Back to
Hold
ISIS.
down, yo. Hold it down, my baby. Hey, yo, you're like Donald Trump. Bro. No, man, you going back over ISIS, man.
I'm gonna get locked, man.
Where you going at, baby? Free the guys, man. Free the brodies, man. Free the brodies, man. Donald Trump, man. They got Donald Trump locking you up, dummy. Hey, free the guys.
Yo said he was going back to ISIS. People be tripping. Yeah, Riz, I don't think we're gonna have time to watch the one thing. I gotta get ready to go to bed, y'all. Excuse me. Y'all make sure I hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Support the platform, man. Cash that Baltimore swag. You said it was Donald Trump. Donald Trump Black History Month celebration. They don't got it on YouTube. Oh, right here. This only got 14 views. Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, and with the President is world champion golfer, Mr.
And appointed me to this position. I consider it a great honor.
You talking about this,
and a great
Reza?
blessing. And I thank God for this, and I'm real humbled by it. And you can guarantee that every day that I'm going to lay it down for the people of America. As Senator Tim Scott, thank you for your leadership. I really appreciate you. And for all of those who have gone before us, and those of you who have such a great voice today, keep on speaking, keep on preaching for not just Black America, but for all America. So we appreciate you. And my sister, Brooke Rollins, and all of those here, Mr. President, we look forward to working with you, sir, and carrying out this great agenda. We pray for you every day.
I know it says,
Controversy right there. There's your controversy. You'll be seeing that you're gonna see that tonight, Tim, on television. I want to thank just a few of the people who are with us today, and these are great friends of ours. Alveda King. Alveda, where are you, Alveda? Hi, Alveda. Thank you. You've been with me
all right,
from
man.
day
Make sure you
one,
subscribe
and
to
I
the channel. Make
appreciate
sure
it. I won't
everybody
forget
subscribe
it.
to the channel,
She's
y'all.
a fantastic woman. Alice Johnson. Where's Alice? Boy, are you incredible. I watched you on last night on television. You were so good. You know, Alice was in prison for doing something that today probably wouldn't even be prosecuted. She spent 22 years in prison, 22 years. She had another 22 years left. Can you believe it? And I pardoned her, and it was one of the best pardons. One of the best pardons. You know what she was on? She happened to be on the wrong telephone line. Is that true? She was on a telephone call, and I'm not saying it was perfect, but it wasn't worth 40 or 50 years, Alice. And you've been an inspiration to people. and we're going to be listening to your recommendation on pardons. You're going to go over, and she's going to be my pardon czar, okay? And you're going to find people just like you that should not have happened.
Yeah, that's Tiger Woods.
It should not have happened. So you're going to look and you're going to make recommendations, and I'll follow those recommendations, okay, for pardons, all right? Thank you very much. A man who's just incredible. This guy, I watched him when he was a Democrat, and then one day he had to change because he couldn't take it any longer. And did anyone ever hear of a man named Leo 2.0 Terrell? Where are you? Get up here. I love this guy. You know what he's doing now? He's with the Department of Justice. He's in charge of civil rights and lots of other great things. He's going to be working with Pam. It's okay. Could he come up, please? Come on, Leon. Get up here. Leo 2.0. This guy is great. Hello.
We want a secure border. We want to pay lower taxes, and Mr. President Donald Trump is
from day one.
Thank you. God has chose you. He anointed you for this position. He kept you alive so you could be here today. And we prayed for that. We pray for you. We continue to pray for you. And we're thankful for your service and your sacrifice. Mr. President Donald J. Trump, honor. God bless you.
All right, y'all. I'm tired. I wasn't even gonna go live tonight, but we had to get that on record, y'all. We had to get that video on record. You know, because a lot of times if we don't watch it together, people ain't even gonna watch it. You know, we gotta get the information out there regardless if people agree or disagree. You gotta at least have the information. You know, that way you can hold them accountable if they lie. We can't hold them accountable if we don't know. I mean, so we at least gotta know what's going on. I think it's very important, y'all. If nothing else, know what's going on. Straight up, because I'm gonna be the first to say something. Like, don't tell me you're gonna do something and don't do it. Cause I'm gonna be the first to call you out. Y'all know how we do over here. We don't need to play like that. Stand on what you say. I ain't really in a pillow talk. And that's why I kind of favor Trump more, because I know a lot of people call them liars and shit like that. But you gotta understand, y'all, the media is controlled. You know what I mean? The media is controlled, man. So you gotta realize some of that media that be putting out different narratives than what he say. You don't know who they ran by or who their political ties is to, because they all have them. They all got political ties, man. They all favor to who their interest is with. So I rather just see what happens. I rather see what happens. If he lying, it'll show, and we will call it out. Better believe that. But if he stand on what he say, it's the same people that called him a liar gonna be like, oh, all right, whether you agree with it or not. But that's not what we talking about lying versus telling the truth. A lot of people just called him a flat out liar. So if he stand on what he say, can people at least give him credit? Because we've been lied to by a lot of politicians. Most politicians lie. You know, you got to, for the most part, I think I seen somebody say that in the comments, you got to lie a little bit. You know what I mean? As long as you ain't lying about something that really matters, something that really affects the people. Like a lot of them government programs that they were saying that he was getting rid of, the Democrats was lying. The Democrats was lying. But we'll see. I gotta put this food away, y'all. These kids don't put nothing away. Made spaghetti for real. Motherfucking one-man band over this bitch. I'm so fucking tired, man. I put the phone down. But yeah, y'all, we got at least give him credit, man, for keeping it real. Like I told y'all, I rather somebody talk like that. Like I don't deal with politically correct. I'm sorry. Some people might call it unprofessional. I call it being real. Like I get along with people much better when they just talking how they regularly talk. When you give me the work voice, the work conversation, I feel like you blowing smoke up my ass, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So we'll see what happens. Hold up. There's one thing about it. We will see what happens. As long as we got breath in our body, we're gonna be here to witness it. The next 4 years and hopefully the next 20 after that. Hey, shut your ass up, goddammit. Anytime somebody eating something here, you gonna want to bark and shit. Maria don't play no games. Maria, you wanted Kamala to win? See, I couldn't vote for Kamala just off the strength of her lying about being black. Like, you lying about something so simple. And I'm not the type that's just gonna vote for you because you black anyway. I think they look at us as stupid. Like, you already sold that to us once. And you gave us Obama, who did nothing for the community. Did nothing for the people. Like, we not ready to fall for that same trick again. Not me. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but you fooled me once, you ain't fooling me twice with the same play. That's dead. So once she tried to pass herself off as black, that was like red flag. Won't get my vote. I couldn't vote for Biden because Biden did way too much damage with his laws that he passed back in the day. Like, yo, we got to stop forgiving people. Like, you can't, some of the things Biden done is unforgivable. It's unforgivable, man. The damage that he caused in the black community with them damn bills and the 3 strikes, and man, you can't forgive that. That's the shit that took our fathers away. That's the shit that jump-started mass incarceration. There's no forgiving that. I don't know how the fuck people allow Biden to become president. That's why I don't even think he really won legitimately. See, I can tell you why I vote for who, and you know, I don't think Biden should have got one black vote. Not one black person in America should have voted for Biden with all that damage he done. That man did damage, man. Real damage. Almost unrepairable. For real, man. What you mean? 3 strikes law. It's 3 strikes. Mass incarceration. 94 crime bill. Joe Biden. Crippled the black community. Took all our fathers out the picture. You throw crack cocaine in the neighborhood, and then you criminalize it times 100. That was Joe Biden, man. And he was proud about it. He was proud about it. Joe Biden opposed busing. Called kids, what do you call them kids? Gorillas or monkeys or something crazy. You can't forgive that. I think that's the problem with the black community. We too forgiving. We don't forgive each other though. But we'll let other people fuck us over and then forgive them. Man, fuck, not me. Hell no. Once you show me you on the opposite side, you on the opposite side forever. And when it come down to Trump, a lot of the things that they put on Trump It's like, yo, come on now. Like, I don't give a fuck about words. Words ain't shit for real for the most part. Policy is what I cared about. Biden got policy after policy after policy after policy that hindered the growth and development of black people. Intentionally. Intentionally. That man got on the Senate floor and called us motherfucking super predators. Super predators. And then admitted that he don't care if we like this because we was the forgotten people in society. He don't care if we like this because of the economics in the community. He don't care about none of that shit. I want the men jailed. That was his exact words. I got it in the video. Man, fuck Biden. That man could never get my vote. And Kamala wasn't black. How you gonna run for the what was it, the governor of California or the mayor of California as being the first Indian? Now you try and run as being the first black president, first woman black president. Get the fuck. Obama wasn't black either. Give me a black American. Not no black Hawaiian. I'm talking about a black American that's really from Chicago. You know what I mean? They went to Chicago public schools. They grew up in the GDBD neighborhood. Give me one of them. Then maybe I'll vote for them because they black. But you keep giving these motherfuckers that heritage don't date back to slavery. I'm not fucking with them, man. I'm not fucking with them. I want a black president that don't know their great grandparents because slavery fucked up their lineage, and it gets confusing when you go so far back. That's what I want. When we get one of them, let me know. I'll go out and rally for that motherfucker as long as he 100. We ain't had one of them yet, y'all. Like, if you let me tell it, I don't think we had a black president yet. For real. I don't think we had a black president yet. But that's my thing when it comes down to politics. When it comes down to our last elections. Like, it wasn't nowhere in hell I'd have voted for Joe Biden. Especially all the shit especially all the stuff that they was doing to me on Facebook when I was telling other black people don't trust them. I seen how they was treating me. Taking my posts down, turning my phone off, and I try to upload videos. I'm like, oh, fuck no. Something ain't right. Like, why are they trying so hard to silence any voice that oppose y'all? Like, I ain't never seen that before. They kicked Trump off of fucking Twitter. Like, y'all want none of that shit. Y'all thought that was okay? How the fuck they kicked the president off the president off of Twitter? Like, y'all want none of that stuff okay, man? It lets you know that there's people over top of government. And as long as you grease the right palms, you can get anything done. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Brittany. Facebook, man. Facebook did me dirty, man. Took my page for absolutely no reason. Took my page for no reason. Lied on me. Said I was pushing ideology for biker gangs. Like biker gangs. I ain't never even been part of no fucking biker gang. But I know what it came from. It came from me telling the truth about Biden. And telling people that Biden ain't the answer. That's where it came from. Because after the shit was over, the presidency, after he got elected, all that shit stopped. And I can post whatever I wanted to post again. I was like, wow. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. Mighty strange. They did the same to you too? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So people can vouch. That was terrible how they did people. I lost 1,000 followers by them doing that. And my page was monetized. And I wasn't saying nothing wrong. I was sticking to the truth. But that's not realized. They don't want truth. They want narratives. As long as you push a narrative, you're okay. It ain't really about truth. They want agendas. They don't want real. They don't want truth. So whenever you got somebody real and speaking truth, they're going to fight against that. That's what had me start looking at Trump another way. Because if you go back to my earliest videos, you probably can't find them because it got deleted. I was talking just like everybody else when it came down to Donald Trump. And so I started researching. I'm going to tell y'all what changed my mind. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter had me looking at the Democratic Party totally different. Totally different. Once I recognized that was a play and they was tricking black people and it was fueled by the Democrats, I said, oh, fuck no. I gotta tell my people. I gotta let them know we been bamboozled. These people ain't what you think they is. These people ain't right. You talking about me, Skrilla? That was 2020, 2021. 2020. I started doing videos on Facebook in 2020. Then I stopped for like 2 years. And then I came to YouTube. Trying to tell you, man. But no matter who win, you still gotta give him a chance. I even gave Biden a chance. I had to quit my job, right? Well, I ain't had to quit my job, but I quit my job because my life changed. You know, the dynamic of my life changed, and I had to start taking my kids to school and picking them up every day, as opposed to just picking them up and my girl dropping them off. It changed from me having to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, get my kids ready for school, drop them off at daycare. Well, not daycare, but like before school program. Then I had to pick them up. Well, I had to drop them off, go to work, get off, pick them up, cook, do YouTube, and it got too much for me. I damn near passed out at work twice. So what I did was I put in my 2 weeks, right? I put in my 2 weeks, and I was like, I'm gonna cash out my 401k. I'm gonna try to live off that for a couple months, and I'm gonna try to build my YouTube. But what happened was, my YouTube ended up getting demonetized on YouTube. The motherfucking the 401k money was like $16,000. That shit only lasted me a few months. I try to get unemployment. Yo, do y'all know it took them a year for them to deny me? A year. A fucking year. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? Like, I ain't never seen no shit like that before. So when I talked to the lady, I said, man, is anybody getting approved? She said, yeah, some people. Basically telling me that they denying everybody. Meanwhile, at the same time they denying everybody over here, we sending millions over to Ukraine. This just happened. 2024. We sending millions over Ukraine. We sending millions and not billions. Fuck it. We sending billions to Iran. I'm like, yo, they selling us out. They denying Americans the shit that we pay in the unemployment. I worked 4 or 5 years straight. Money that I paid into, and I can't access my own money that I accumulated. But y'all sending money to fucking overseas? Man, I couldn't believe that shit. And I had a legitimate reason as to why I left. And part of the laws is if you have a serious change in your life, you can resign from work or quit the job and still get unemployment. And I explained to these people I down there died at work from sleep deprivation, and I put in my 2 weeks notice and I did this and I did this and I did this and I did that, and you motherfuckers still deny me? Oh man, hold up, man. Something ain't right. We been sold out. We been sold out. And we was being sold out. If I was really explaining to y'all like my real situation, man, you'd be like, damn. Type of shit I be going through on a daily. Shit ain't no joke, man. No joke. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore. I been this bitch really busting my ass. Like I'm ready to get what? 3 hours of sleep. I be back up at 5:30, drop my kids off. But I gotta keep the YouTube going. But they play so many games with the numbers, which ultimately plays with the money. It is what it is, so. You sound ready for my 5K? Yeah, straight up. People don't qualify. But yeah, though, like I said, though, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think a lot of times when it comes down to politics, people just be emotional. Appreciate it, Flower Power. I think people just be emotional, man. You know what I mean? People gotta get out their emotions and use their judgment. You know, go by what you see. I don't live in Baltimore no more. But I started going back home and I'm like, yo, I did a video, right? I did a video probably a year ago now, telling people like, yo, I don't know if y'all paying attention to what's going on, but yo, they flooding our country with illegals. I didn't say that verbatim, but I said it. I tried to explain that to people without actually saying it. Who remember that video? But I did a video on Chino from Baltimore and that fight he got into. It's definitely about character, straight up. And I'm like, yo, they flooding our cities with illegals, yo. I'm telling you, pay attention to what's going on. This is way before they started speaking on it. This was shit I was just saying when I'm saying my city changed. Like, damn, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, yo, this ain't how the city used to look like. It's getting real diverse down this bitch. And it was illegals. And then I'm thinking about what happened in Compton. What happened in Compton, California, when they moved them Hispanics into the hoods, and now you got the blacks beefing with the Hispanics. Like, yo, that's what was going to happen, y'all. If Trump ain't started deporting them, that is what was going to happen in a lot of these urban communities. It was going to be an all-out war between the blacks and the Mexicans and the Hispanics. I'm telling you, it happened. You know, yo, history repeats itself. That's why Compton, California, the way it is now. Because what they do is, when they first move into the neighborhood, and it's only a few of them, they don't make no noise. They act like they your friends. They act like they fuck with you. But once their numbers start picking up, and now they can mingle amongst each other. Now it's happening in Chicago too. Now it's, man, y'all can't come down here. This our part of the city. Now it's all out problem. So now we already got beef amongst each other. You know, because that ain't gonna stop. Ain't like that's gonna stop the folk. No, that's still going on. So we already got beef amongst each other. Now we got beef with them, man. Now that shit would have got crazy if Trump ain't start sending them people back, man. For real. And I told y'all that over a year ago. Go look at it. It's still on my page. Before mainstream media started talking about it. Before people was making it an issue. I'm telling y'all, like, yo, pay attention to what's going on, man. Our communities are changing. They changing fast. Then you find out years later, that they put 21 million over here illegally. Like, man, what the fuck? Man, there's just so much. It'd be so much bullshit going on. But I'm tired as hell, y'all. I appreciate everybody. I can't even see. God damn. I can't even see the chat, y'all. My eyes is real bad. So to everybody that tapped in, if y'all can't support the platform, man. Y'all know live videos don't pay nothing, y'all. So when you support the platform, it definitely matters because we probably got 200,000 views on this live, and they gonna pay a motherfucker $1.50. And we went live for what, 3 hours? But yeah, Cash App at the bottom. My man Elwood posted at the bottom. Appreciate it, Flower Power. Yeah, my eyesight is bad. Mo. Yeah, but I appreciate it. It's good to have these conversations though, y'all, because like I said before, it's very seldom you get people from different walks of life and we can really converse about things that matter. That's why I do these topics, even though it get divisive and I be tripping because people nobody want to hear the other side out. It's at least good, at least get that other side. You understand? Because a lot of times you're around people that think like you. You're around people that, you know, that tends to your same ideologies. You know, America has done a good job of keeping people separated. They did a great job, and I told y'all, see, the thing is with me, I'm from Baltimore, 60-70% black, and I worked in an area that was 95-99% white. And what I realized is, yo, we ain't all that different. Especially when it comes down to politics. Especially when it comes down to how we see the world. We ain't all that different. But politics and the media plays the middle. So it drives each other, it drives us against each other. On one end, they showing black people as all gangsters. On the other end, they showing white people as all racist. So it creates a division. It creates a divide. When the mainstream media only posts black man hung in Alabama, police brutality on one end, and then they post black man kills. You understand what I'm saying? But when you actually sit around and you get to talk to these people, you realize that, yo, shit ain't what you think it is. Now, it is bad some places, don't get me wrong, but it's not as big as you think it is, man. Like, it's a lot more people on this world that ain't racist than it is that is racist. For real. It's a lot more people that's really trying to understand what's going on in certain environments than it is that don't give a fuck. Than it is that's just running with stereotypes. But there are people that just run with stereotypes. They not really interested. They think they know more than you. We done ran across them on this page. That's why I told y'all, remember I was talking to the one dude. I was like, yo, that's like me going to a farmland and trying to explain to a farmer how to farm, and I ain't never farmed a day in my life. How you gonna tell me what's going on in the black community? If you really want to know, you need to listen. That's the only way you're gonna know. Because you ain't gonna learn it by watching TV. You ain't gonna learn it by politics. You ain't gonna learn it by reading a book. The best teacher has always been experience, and I go both ways. For white America and black America. The only way we're going to truly understand each other is by having these conversations. You know what I mean? But let me know how y'all feel about us in the comments. Like I said, support the platform. Cash App, Baltimore Swag, share the live. Y'all know we go live every day, 11 p.m. Eastern time. Every day, Monday through Friday. We might take a day off sometime, but for the most part, we try to get it every day. And I'm out.